The genre of landscape painting is related to the invention of oil paint tubes. Portable and ready-made for instant use, they allowed the artists, most notably the French Impressionists, to work in plein air, away from their studios. This freedom to distance oneself from the confines of four walls, to roam about and draw direct inspiration from the surrounding nature, has been making its appeal ever since, but perhaps never as strongly as in these days. Sarah Norsworthy's paintings and drawings express both this longing in her experience of being with, in, and a part of the Northwest landscape, so impressive in its coastal roughness, mountainous magnitude of the horizon, and the primordial lushness of the forest vegetation. This is the narrative of Norsworthy's paintings, both personal and universal. They tell the story of her encounters with the deep presence of nature that envelops the human figures on her canvases with its profound manifestation. Blending with nature's here and now, man becomes liberated from the self, attaining the freedom to feel, rest, and be. This possibility of being as one means a distancing from our man-made world to a place of renewal, recuperation, and healing. The dreaming tree with its resting figure is a case in point. The very same tree appears in yet another painting, spilling out. A symbol of hope for renewal, the dead trunk has sprouted a new tree on its top, and it has simultaneously spilled itself onto the ground to feed the new life. In other paintings, faces emerge in landscapes, while figures lodged in nature remain faceless, forming parts of their surroundings. Perpetuating her motif, Norsworthy's thick brushstrokes bring attention to the medium of paint, affirming that both the natural and the human elements are made of the same material. As she thickens her paint with beeswax, nature penetrates her man-made oils, making a breach from the confines of her canvas, reaching out to join the alchemy of creation. Ultimately, there is the meta-narrative of painting as the means of immersing oneself in nature, visible in the self-referential blue shadow with shell, where the shadow of the easel and brushes signposts the process. Blue is present in abundance. In fact, Norsworthy's paintings are saturated with the color, and it is the kind that appears on the rare sunny northwest days and on cloudless, moonlit nights, marking out the horizons in the distance, reflecting in the waters of the Sound, seeping through the foliage of the seashore parks. Norsworthy refers to one of her favorite authors, Rebecca Solnit, who identifies blue as the color of longing and desire, of the distant horizons where one is not, and most pointedly in these days, Norsworthy's blue foregrounds and her desire to breach the solitude of confinement. Her invitation, "Meet me there when the moon turns blue," is a call for togetherness. Join her to experience those rare moments of breaking through the liberating space of nature's presence.
At some point in spring, at the outset of the pandemic, I started thinking about Rebecca Solnit's thoughts on the blue of distance that I had read many years ago in a field guide to getting lost. She touched on so many ideas that I feel are present in this recent body of paintings and drawings. She writes, "For many years, I have been moved by the blue at the far edge of what can be seen, that color of horizons, of remote mountain ranges, of anything far away. The color of that distance is the color of an emotion, the color of solitude and of desire, the color of there seen from here, the color of where you are not." That's Rebecca Solnit from A Field Guide to Getting Lost. I have always found solace in finding places to paint on the periphery of the urban environment. The shifting of our lives collectively over the past months has only heightened my feelings of gratitude for having access to the natural beauty of the landscape most immediate to me, as well as the one that can only be reached with my eyes or from memory. Making these paintings has been a way for me to travel and belong to places far and near, to explore intimacy and distance and feel the range of emotions in between.